Nobody said we could. Everybody was against us. The world is against us. But it's Christmas. This is Christmas, and look at what we have done.
They all doubted us. Also, Merry Christmas for those two out there who celebrate, because this is our Christmas episode. We got our Santa hats right here. And by the time you're watching this, it may not be Christmas. So make sure you watch it on Christmas, or I'll know.
We know you guys are miserable. You guys have no family, but we're here for you guys, though.
Yeah, so enjoy Christmas with us. Enjoy it. This is it. We're here to make you laugh. We're here to make you. We're here
to do a couple things, and we got a lot to talk about because Game Awards was just last week. And how do you guys feel about Astrobot winning? First off, Game of the Year.
I think
so. I never played it. Who here has played it? You played some, right?
No, none of us played. I played the original, Astro's Playroom, which I did enjoy. It was really cool because it incorporated everything to do with the PlayStation, and I'm pretty sure that this game also did. It was the most it was the most technologically advanced game for the PlayStation, just because it really used all the features and pushed it to the limits of what that controller could do in the system.
The game that comes with PS5 when you first get a PS5.
Yeah,
I swear it was.
That one. But this is different. This is their whole game they made. Here. Which, you know what? Out of every game on that list, just thinking back about it, it was the most original one that I felt in a long time. Like Wukong, very similar to Souls games. Very similar.
Yeah.
In aspect and
one
tone.
Thing about Astrobot that I noticed is one of the main modes of travel is the Mario Sunshine jetpack. Every time you jump, you go, you shoot a laser downward. And I feel betrayed, but I also like it. I like the reference. But this is supposed to be celebrating Sony and not Nintendo. Nintendo should sue them.
I know. I want Mario Sunshine 2 so bad. We'll never get it because that game was apparently hated, which is insane.
I think Mario Sunshine just had too much going on. Well, because I think it's it was geared as a kid's game, and a lot of kids give up when shit's tough. You know what I mean? And Sunshine, out of all the Mario games, was the hardest one to get around. There was a lot of fucking shit.
That's all you heard.
GameCube was also a failure. We don't know because
is that your own opinion?
No, I know it was a failure as a console compared to Nintendo Wii and 64.
Yeah, everyone hated the Cube.
We didn't know that until years later.
Compared to PS2 as well, just in general. So,
PS2 was a fucking tyrant.
Oh yeah,
mortal. It's still one of the best selling consoles.
Mm-hmm.
So adorable little Astrobot.
See, I think that I've seen some people's I don't really have an opinion. If I played Astrobot, I'd probably love the shit out of it. I've just been seeing people say they're pissed off that Wukong never won because it won best action game, and there was something else that won. And apparently the player's choice for Game of the Year was Wukong. So people were that should have won, but they're the people at IGN, all these other journalists
action
had to,
Game of the Year.
Well, yeah, but you got to remember, at the Academy Awards, if it was up to players, if it was up to viewers' choice, fucking the Barbie, not even Barbie movie, something stupid would have won. You know what I mean? So I don't think it's necessarily up to players, but I do believe out of everything, a platformer that's new and refreshing, and all those other games Rebirth, yes, it was whatever, but it's Remake was pretty much the same. It's the same shit. It's a continuation of the story, so it's we already got that. A platformer that has really been innovative in a long time is something new and fresh because it's not something that's been done recently. Wukong, whatever. I know Rifantanzio there, whatever the fuck that was. That game just keep popping up, and every time it did, I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
It's like a Persona game, as far as I can tell. Astrobot had a ton of references to Sony's legacy, and I kind of want to play it. I'm curious about.
I do, but I'm waiting for it to come down in price. I don't want to pay $80.
It is kind of expensive right now. I was expecting a $30 game. It's a full price proper game. I don't know. That's crazy to me.
Yeah.
So bear in mind, the people who vote for Game of the Year are IGN is a part of it. So IGN gives out some strange ratings sometimes. So
are they a part of it?
Yeah, they're a part of the committee. They're a part of the committee. IGN. So
is it Kotaku and shit?
Yeah, it's it's all the game journalists are the ones that decide who gets Game of the Year.
Yeah,
that's why I like People's Choice. Even though I know that it can be rigged in some ways, like Zack Snyder's game or whatever the fuck. But yeah, I'm excited for Turok Origins. Now, a lot of people were not excited for Turok based on the trailer. I think their sentiment is that it doesn't look like Turok, but it's like Turok has always been weird. Turok 2, you're in space talking to an alien, and you're killing dinosaurs with a machine gun. Like that's pretty much what's going on. So Turok's been weird. I don't
know. From what I remember, Turok was that you were in a jungle and you killed dinosaurs.
But Turok 2, didn't you go to space? Or you went in weird ass places?
Turok 1, you're right. It's just in the woods. Actually,
yeah, right.
Turok
1 is.
Stop giving credit for what I said.
But Turok 2 is where But Turok 2 is the most beloved.
Well, Turok 1's called Dinosaur Hunter, right?
And also had those weird guns, right, Christian?
Turok 1. Fun guns, yeah. The saws, the fucking like a chainsaw. Chainsawing dinosaurs, like, come on.
Beware Oblivion is that hand. That's the password to get everything.
No, I just remember chucking tomahawks at dinosaurs and having an axe like in the woods. Like that's what I remember Turok. And this did look a lot more like Ark.
Yeah,
like
I agree.
We were watching it and we were like, this is Ark. This is Ark. Hey, Ark's back. And then all of a sudden we're like Turok, and it got a pop out of all of us. I will say we're like, holy shit, it's back.
Yeah, I hated that most streamers that I watched were like, oh no, what did they do? Turok, what happened? So, fuck those people. Turok's awesome.
People really have that big of an affinity towards Turok where they're like, a minor change, they'll be pissed off about.
Yeah, like there's nothing there enough to where you're like, it's Fortnite now. Or come on.
Like, listen, if there is minor changes to something, but the core elements of the story is there, and you change few things about the story, I'm never gonna be pissed. Like the new game that I'm excited for, Onimusha: Way of the Sword, very interested in, but it seems like they changed things about the story, and this might even be a retelling of the first game. And I'm not sad about it. I'm happy that we're getting a new game in this universe. And if there are minor story changes, I'm excited to see how it is, because sometimes these things can pay off. And it's like Turok, even if there are like minor story details, it's like we're getting another game in this universe, and it's fucking exciting. I want to see Turok. Where did it go? And where was Onimusha? Listen here, you fucks. If there are games that are doing well, like Onimusha and Turok, and you did 4 Onimusha games on the PS2 in a span of like 6 years, and all of them performed well, why the fuck get rid of it? We wanted to see an Onimusha in time, in PS3, PS4, PS5, but you robbed us of it, and I want to know why. Leave it in the comments.
Yeah, Sony, leave it in the comments.
Capcom.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so, all right, big thing for Game of the Year, or the Game Awards in general. A new From Software thing was announced, Elden Ring Night Rain. I don't know why it keeps wanting me to close tabs here. So Night Rain, big deal. It's a I don't know, conglomeration. How do you say that word?
Conglomerate.
Yeah, of pretty much every From Software game.
An amalgamation.
It has Sekiro wall jumping. It has another Sekiro. Yeah. You actually see it in the trailer where he jumps up the wall, then jumps again, and with his legs dangling.
I didn't do a deep dive into the trailer, but
it has the old king. What was his name? Lost King.
The nameless
king. He's Lost King.
The nameless Namekian.
Alzheimer's.
Where did I go? But holy shit, am I excited now?
Is this like a celebration of like From Software games?
It's going to be a standalone game. It's going to be full priced. It's going to be a game like I don't want to say Warzone. You start with 3 to 4 people. You're on day 1. There's like 3 days or some shit. It gets progressively way more difficult. You start with nothing, and you gain up more shit. And there's bosses, there's enemies that you encounter.
Yeah,
the bosses you encounter are going to be from like Bloodborne, Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 3, Dark Souls 1.
Wow.
So they're like, holy shit. I'm excited.
I never heard any of the details of this.
And also you see the Firekeeper from Dark Souls 3. She's back, and she's like giving speeches.
Not only that,
it's amazing.
It's meant to be co-op.
Yeah.
Like this is the first game where it seems like you can just start off in a lobby all together.
Also, it's going to be a thing where you get to choose where to drop. So we're going to be like, where are we dropping boys? So it's not called Limb Grave anymore. It's Limb Limb something like that. No, Limb Beld. It's something slightly different. So, every time you start, because it's a roguelike, things will always be different. You'll never start in the same map. There's going to be an asteroid that destroys some of it. Yeah, it will always be different.
That's really cool. So we're just going to jump in one time And next thing you know, we got to take on the Nameless King, and then all of a sudden we're fighting Rodan. And then I love that they're like I love that it's not just Elden Ring and that they incorporated all these games, because now we can get add-ons where it's like, oh, next thing you know, the new update, there's Bloodborne bosses, and you got to fight Gascoigne and fucking shit. And the way that this can expand, they are like, this could be incredibly huge in the aspect of add-ons and more content and like a community and stuff like that, because Bloodborne and Elden Ring and all those games have always been like, I know there has been multiplayer, but they really make you fucking work for it. Yeah. It's like, you really gotta do this. And now to have something where it's like a community can be built and you can like have such a multiplayer experience, I believe that it's really gonna be big for not like for From Software and their profits.
It's going to be so much fun. My God.
How's that going to work for like if you have Sekiro bosses in there in terms of combat? Because can you parry?
You can parry. There's parrying in this game. Also, movement speed is up to, it's like 120%. There is no horse in this.
Wait, so is this going to solve the question of which bosses are harder? Because you know how there's like parrying? Maybe. So if there's like bosses in Dark Souls that you can't parry,
it won't be exactly the same game mechanics, though. I think it's going to be a little. We'll have to play it and see.
I think what it's going to be is that there are going to be these bosses included, and there are going to be these mechanics, but it's really going to be those things where it's based on strategy. You can parry, you can do this stuff, but you really have to learn, like, okay, this is a Sekiro boss, maybe I'm going to have to parry more, maybe I'm going to have to do this. And if there's like a Dark Souls boss, you're going to have to change your playstyle. So I feel like more than ever in one of these games, you are going to have to change armor and weapons more to fight a boss, and it will make a lot more sense.
I'm so excited for this. It's coming out mid, or actually only mid. It's going to be mid as fuck when it comes out. Next year. Didn't say what day though. What day? What month?
Yeah.
So next year sometime, it's probably going to be like December. But
just like Onimusha coming out, we got a year. We got 2026, and I am way excited. I want to know who the main character is. Onimusha, Way of the Sword, 2026. Didn't tell us what quarter it's in, what month, as he said, but I'm so excited. It looks almost as if it's a retelling of the first game. When I slowed down the trailer and looked at the enemies, a lot were reminiscent of the first game, and some of the areas were. So it looks like this could be Samanosuke Akechi. He could be in the era of like just the entire retelling of the story, which would be cool for new audiences. But it also looks like they're going in a different direction for the game, because it seems like they have changed story elements, which was something that they did in the show, the anime, which I did not like.
True.
But it was because of the way that the story was and the way that they changed it. But this seems more in the universe, and these story changes could help, because it looks like this gauntlet that he has is detrimental to him when he uses it. But it also looks like a necessary tool. So it'll be kind of cool to see how he grips with that in a better written story.
I know you hate it. I'm a sucker for that kind of story where it's like, I've got to drink this, but it'll make me evil. Like that kind of shit.
Well, no, like I said, I didn't mind it, but the story sucked in the anime. Like the change was not necessary, and everything else looked shitty. So it's like, I don't care. Like I as long as the story melds well, it's okay.
What about the gauntlet? Because I think the gauntlet's always different, right? Like its design. So did you recognize the gauntlet as like, was that Samanosuke's gauntlet?
Yeah, it looks like his. His has like two flares like this and like a circular.
I wouldn't mind a remake of the first one. Wait, yeah, somebody that was watching it recognized the area. So maybe it is a remake. I don't know.
That's what I'm thinking. And one of these bosses look like there's this big red guy who goes, "Flee while you can, you worthless bugs." And his name's Osric, and I swear he's in the trailer. If you really slow it down, it looks like his skin color and stuff, because he's red and he looks like a big beetle. A lot of them are insect inspired. But on the topic of video games, before we get off it, because you were playing Batman. I just saw you playing Batman. I've been playing Batman. I'm on Arkham Origins right now. Now, I saw something that made me laugh, because one of the big story points is that the guy's on death row. Now, I never took into account that Batman would be like, they gotta face justice. They gotta go to prison, but they kill them in prison.
Yeah.
Like, for them to be executed in prison seems pretty redundant for Batman to be.
Yeah, isn't it weird that Joker hasn't been getting a death sentence yet?
Yeah, that's what I mean too. And why aren't these other people dead? They're like, oh, Calendar Man's gonna be executed. And it's like all these other people are arrested and they're not being executed. And then it's like, why even execute them when Batman's whole thing is like, I don't kill people. But if they're going to be executed anyway.
Was Arkham Origins the first one?
Arkham Origins was a prequel.
Because I think I played Arkham City then.
What's the one I played out in the country?
Which one did you
What
play?
happened? What? Oh, that was I don't know. I don't
Because
remember.
it went, Asylum was released, then City. And then they did a prequel in Origins, which was by different people. And then it was Night. But yeah, I just find it, doesn't that seem stupid? Like that it would be like, Batman, you're going to face justice. No, you're going to rot in a prison cell. And then they just execute them.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird. He's giving the gun to somebody else. He just doesn't want to do it himself.
It's funny because those games, like, I feel like they should be praised way more than they are because it really is like the beginning of like what the Spider-Man games are.
How do you feel about
It's better than the Spider-Man games. The
Yeah, I
combat's
would
way
say
more
so.
fluid.
Yeah.
The story's way better.
How do you feel about the Suicide Squad killing Batman?
Oh,
In the
fuck
Justice
that.
League
That's
game.
so fucking stupid. Because, like, one, when you look at who's in that Suicide Squad and they killed Superman, and the strongest guy was King Shark, and he's an idiot. And you had Deadshot and Harley Quinn kill Batman and Superman, and Captain fucking Boomerang.
Look at your Batman.
Look at that. That's Batman, and he got killed by a guy named Captain Boomerang. I understand he has like some lore in the Flash or whatever. Captain fucking Boomerang.
It's ridiculous. Like that's such a tragic ending for a great Batman. I can't believe this is canon. Let's all pretend it's not canon. The Batman doesn't go out like that.
I think most of the fans have already decided it's not canon. I think they
That's
hate
good.
that shit. They hate it.
Everything about
Okay, so is that the one where Superman dies, I guess you're saying? Or because I know there was there was a game where I was watching one of Angry Joe's videos and he was excited because Superman was going to be in a thing. He dies and he starts fucking ranting because he's a big Superman fan, but like he never gets a proper game or a proper story. It's just everything's always shit for him.
it's why would you ever think if it's a good idea to make a game about killing the Justice League? All your favorite heroes. And also, it's not like you're picking great villains. Like, who cares about King Shark or whatever the fuck his name is? Captain Boomerang? It's like, you don't want to play as these guys. Come on.
No, and to kill your favorite superheroes. That's what I mean. Like King Shard and Shart.
King Shark. He might as well be King Shark.
Fucking shits his man. King Shark and Captain Boomerang killed Batman and Superman. Stupid decision. And like, I know like Wonder Woman helped kill Superman, I believe, in the game, which makes it a little, but still, Batman shouldn't have been killed at all. And they killed Flash.
I know,
and they killed Green Lantern. Like, stupid, ridiculous. But anyways, Brandon's gone, but one of the big topics besides the Game Awards and Batman is Christmas, because this is our Christmas episode.
It's true.
And I have some things I want to talk about for Christmas. Did you guys see that? Maybe it was I don't think, maybe it was one of the big cities. They erected a giant butt plug in the city for Christmas.
Oh,
okay.
Can you look it up while I talk about it? Just look up butt plug Christmas tree.
Giant.
So
Giant butt plug
Christmas tree. So what happened was they made this big sculpture that they were like, oh, this is gonna be like a big inflatable Christmas tree, and we're gonna put it in like the center of town, and it's gonna be beautiful. But what they made was
No, I looked it up on Etsy. They're selling Christmas butt plugs. It's like, I don't want to hit images.
Hit images.
You look it up. I am not strong enough.
Oh,
okay.
That was downtown.
Did they know what they were making?
It's just a big butt plug.
Man,
fucking dumb. Wait, what city?
How does that get past people?
What city was this?
Where can I
One
go?
that
I want to go visit.
You're ready to take it. Like, what the fuck?
Giant Christmas tree sculpture. actually looks like a giant butt plug. At what point during crafting the tree did they were like, wait a second, something doesn't look right?
Like, why is there no decorations on it? Even it's just a
that's the thing. It's like
fucking butt plug.
There's no decorations. It's a clean.
It's a clean.
You make it seem like you've never seen that.
This is what it should look like. See that?
That's even pushing it, honestly. Like, that's still butt plug territory. But look at that. That goes in someone's ass.
If the bottom was just brown, it'd make it. Just make it like a tree stump. I don't know.
It looks like it have shit on the bottom.
Wow, shit.
Big butt plug.
Man, in the spirit of Christmas, though.
Also, did you guys see fuck, I always have trouble saying Japan. Japan is they're on round 5 of Shadows of Evil.
What do you mean?
They have made spherical robots that roll around and they slam into criminals that they're chasing.
Oh, the meatballs.
They made meatballs.
Yes,
you saw those?
Was it Japan or I thought it was China? China has released these I forgot what they called them. Maybe I can
they're spherical robots that attack robbers or whatever.
China
criminals. Fuck, I had civilians in my head. They just do it to attack civilians. Criminals.
Right,
You're always leaving.
Check it out. It's like
Look at that. That's a meatball.
It can survive falling off like a couple story buildings. It could like bounce around, always like finds its place.
Is that like the dead ups things?
It looks like the meatball things.
Yeah, it looks like the meatballs from Black Ops. Also looks like the front tire of Batman's Batmobile. Like a bat bike.
Oh, that'd be funny. Batman like presses a button, all his wheels fly off. They start going after somebody, but his car like spins out of control.
See that?
Yeah.
Honestly, that's the one of the things going off topic, but the Arkham Knight thing, I love that with Batmobile where you like, I don't know, there's just, it's insane, like being able to grapple and like the mechanics, like I'm trying to think of like how to get across this like building, and I'm like, you can't fly across, you're building up a ramp, whatever, because usually like you'll use a grappling hook and like pull something up so you do a ramp, but you can't do that. So what they did was I shot it across the hook across the other building, and I just drove off, and I just kind of swung with the car to the building, and then I drove up. I was just like, oh, it's just creative as hell.
There is so many cool mechanics in that game.
Yeah.
But there is the bat tank is a little weird. Like they I don't know, it's just so weird to make something that's so deathly. And they made it one the biggest detriment in that game was that they made too many mechanics for the Batmobile. Like there's so many levels where it's like you got to destroy these automated drone cars.
I hate those things.
And it's just like they have to make it so he doesn't kill people. So they all have to be unmanned drone cars, and there has to be a million of them. Mm-hmm. And it's just there's a lot of filler that didn't have to be in that game. That's why you should have never Arkham Knight is a good game. It is. But you should have never let go of Paul Dini or whatever the fuck his name is. He wrote Arkham Asylum and Arkham City. And he was a writer on Batman the Animated Series, and they had him for 2 games, and then they let him go on Arkham Knight. And I want to know, this is another thing, you fucks. I want to know why. just like Capcom left Onimusha. Why'd you get rid of him? He wrote some fucking amazing stories. Arkham City was not only game of the year, it was like the talk of fucking everything. Like Arkham City's story lives in the history books as one of the greatest games ever made. And right after that, you ditch your head writer? Why? What did he do? Is he the Bo DeMeo? Like, what the fuck?
Did Arkham Knight wasn't not successful? Because I feel like that's the last game that came out, right?
No, Arkham Knight was successful, but people had a lot of complaints about it.
I feel they should have another Batman game.
They just did.
Just this
VR.
All right.
That's in the continuity.
It's canon.
Interesting.
And also, technically, Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League is in that universe.
Yeah.
So that's why people were super pissed. They're like, you gave us this and we wanted a new Batman game all these years?
Speaking of Batman.
Oh, yes.
Chris Evans is returning.
Yeah, that's right.
What the fuck? Why is that Batman?
Speaking of superheroes, Chris Evans returning.
Yeah, so Chris Evans is actually returning to the Marvel Universe in Avengers Doomsday.
Wait. Oh,
That's right.
That's so fucking cute.
Pointing at me.
Yeah, I point at you. Oh, so
Wait, so he's as Captain America?
So he's returning.
We don't know yet.
He's heavily rumored to be returning as Nomad. So Nomad is a version of Captain America who renounces the title and goes on his own away from the Avengers. He wears like different, like there's like a robe-on cloak kind of deal, and he just fights his own war. So in this, I guess he's returning to do some shit in Doomsday. Now there is another character he could be playing, returning as, not returning, I guess, and that is evil Captain America, Hydra Cap. I guess does he have a name?
Him and Robert.
I would prefer Nomad because he's basically Captain America again, and like why not?
Yeah,
but we'll see what he wants to do.
So they want a team.
Know.
They want Robert and Evans both evil.
Dooms, yeah, that would be interesting, right?
This is what I would like. I would like for them to come back because it's supposed to be like Battle World. There's supposed to be like every possible variation of these characters available. So I would love to see like just make them the evil Avengers, like have them come in because then you get to see them in a whole new light. It's different from being like these nice all around like superhero people because honestly, Tony Stark was just a different day away from being a bad guy. Honestly, he was a bad guy for most of his life. And it's like he could have just continued that and been like an evil Iron Man. But I would love to see these people just take these characters and see what it would have been like if they were bad instead. I think that's a cool dynamic. I know a lot of people don't want to see that. They're like, oh, it's just lazy to bring them back and have them evil. But no, it's cool because you get to see their acting chops.
I would like it. I would like to see him evil. I never thought about how RDJ would play Doctor Doom because like I feel like how is he going to be evil? Is he going to make quips? Is he going to like Iron Man's already kind of I don't know, a jackass, maybe? Is how would you describe it?
He's going to seem like Iron Man no matter what.
Yeah, like how is he going to distance himself from being Iron Man? I don't know.
If you just watched Sherlock Holmes recently, very different.
It's
very
true.
different. Like very different acting style. Yeah. He's a good actor, always has been. He just won one of the Academy Awards for Oppenheimer, right?
Yes.
And how was he in that?
True.
He wasn't Tony Stark.
It's true. He does have a good range. So yeah,
it's just going to be weird.
Typecasting son of a bitches.
See, but what's going to happen though, and it has to happen in the story, is like the characters from the Marvel universe are going to see him and be like, "Is that Tony Stark?" And it's not.
True.
And they'll be like, "What?" So like that's going to be a part of the story no matter what. So I don't know how that, because if the characters ignored it, I'd be like, "What the fuck?"
Well, no, they're not going to ignore it. But see, that's one of the things is they're probably going to have an interaction with him, and they're going to be like Tony, but then all of a sudden it's just this evil son of a bitch. And then it's like there's that love, and you're going to see like Peter probably, who's just going to be like, oh my God, he's back. And then all of a sudden this guy's trying to kill him, and he was his mentor. So it's going to be like a whole different level of emotional chaos.
So I'm excited for Avengers Doomsday. It sounds like they're like you kind of have to see it. RDJ's coming back. Chris Evans is coming back.
The Russo brothers.
That's as far as I know.
Can you imagine that? Spider-Man runs up. Tony! He hugs him. Then evil Tony Stark. You're about not to feel very good right now.
Yeah. Chris Evans just stabs him.
You're not feeling good.
It's like Star Wars. Tony, you're breaking my heart.
We're always going to have Spider-Boy. Also, I'm hearing conflicting reports about like, okay, Sony is apparently not ending their Sonyverse and they want to make more Spider-Man movies.
Yeah, I think I did read also that they could have used Spider-Man this entire time.
Which means they're fucking stupid.
That is. They just thought that they could do like these cash grab movies and they wanted to like expand on the universe and just make a bunch of money doing these offshoot movies. But on like fucking Madam Web, her whole character is mystery. That's the whole thing. We're like, oh, who is she? Now you're giving this big fleshed out story. It's dumb. It's dumb. She's supposed to be in the Spider-Man world and she's supposed to appear and you're always supposed to have all these questions about her. But now you're just answering all those questions and it's stupid. And then Kraven, and then you just decide to make all the villains somewhat good. And it doesn't make any sense. So yes, I think if you want, keep Tom Holland in the MCU. He is a cash cow for you guys. If you take him out of the MCU, he's probably going to lose money. But bring back like Garfield or somebody and tell these stories that happen in his universe. Tell some that happened before, like show us how he didn't pull his punches, then show him when he returns.
Yeah.
So Kraven, we never talked about it, but it is bombing hard and it's getting rated really bad. It's to the point where most reviewers are like, don't even bother watching the movie in theater. So it opens with 11 million domestically. This is one of the worst openings for a comic book movie ever, even below Madam Web. But it has a slightly better Rotten Tomato score of, it's comparing 16% to 10%. All of these are very low, like not even proper movies.
I'm pretty sure that movie is probably better than Madam Web from what I saw. Some of the action looks
Oh, yeah,
good.
people are saying that. Same with the Marvels too.
But I do believe that people are just checked out, like they're done, like because it's stupid.
Yeah,
it's
for
just
sure.
stupid decisions. We might
I've
have
hated it from the beginning. When it first came out, or just the announcement of any of this shit, I was like, "This is just all fucking stupid."
Yeah, it's a dumb idea to make villains good guys, and then at least have them fight like an evil Spider-Man or something. Like I don't know. Like if all your villains are good guys, then like do something with it.
Yeah,
it seems so strange to me. But on the topic of superheroes and stuff like that, we should talk about a trailer, a very special trailer that's coming out next week. James Gunn's Superman trailer is coming out. And next week, we're going to be getting a trailer. They've been working on this trailer a lot because they're very.
It's not standalone.
No. It's going to be DC for sure.
Does it tie in? How come every movie come out always ties in with one? Or why is it always not standalone?
Makes money. Well, sometimes. Sony lost a lot.
No, why can't we get Superman 4, Superman 5? Why is it always going to be tying?
Yeah, we'll maybe get there. It depends.
Why does it have a new Superman with a new villain?
Yeah.
Wait, so you want a new Superman movie like that?
Yeah, I just want to be mixed, like it ties in with the multiverse. Or
You want singular stories, just like Superman in his own universe. Well, that's pretty much what they're doing with Batman, the Matt Reeves Batman, and his little universe. They kind of have their own little Batman universe going. So there is possibilities that we do get another Superman movie that's not in this universe, which we could get like a Kingdom Come or whatever. You remember that one where Superman's like
Old Man Superman?
Yeah,
Kingdom
or else
Come?
we could get like it's a little bit overplayed in animation, but I would love to see that the game what the fuck is it called? Injustice, where we get evil Superman kill the Joker because he kills Lois Lane.
Some people are sick of that storyline. I'm not. I want it. I want more of it. I think that's the most interesting Superman has ever been, is when he's evil, because otherwise he's just kind of
And we have seen it a lot, but I want to see it in live action. I want to see some good actors, because the dramatices can be so it can have such highs and such lows. Like that story is so cool, and you get two variations, and you can hire a bunch of actors to play the good Justice League and the bad Justice League.
Yes. So, according to a very reliable source, Jeff Snyder on the John Roca podcast, they were having a conversation about what he knows about Narnia, and he described the director described it as being a punk rock Narnia. And in the same sentence, he said, "You'll know what I mean when you see the Superman trailer. It's very punk rock in the same way." So, what do you guys think about the Superman being described as punk rock or rock and roll? Like, what does that mean? Basically, is what I'm asking here.
I hope he means like in tone. It's like feels a bit rebellious, because I hope he means it's like punk rock, that it's going against the grain of what we've seen prior.
It's that song from Revolver. Gonna be a Superman.
And I hope he doesn't mean like it's akin to Guardian.
I think we're getting Guardian Superman. I think we're going to get that tone.
Like, I don't want to see Superman like cracking a bunch of jokes.
Yeah, what's his personality going to be like?
Like, he should just be like...
We know he has the classic, like, you know, the whatever you call it, the Clark Kent Daily Bugle thing, whatever.
That's Spider-Man.
Yeah, wherever he works.
Daily Planet.
Yeah. Wow, they really copied each other. But yeah, so we also have Crypto the dog, as you can see. And so it's like that sets the tone a little bit.
Is that the actor?
Also, this might sound really fucking dumb.
Superman, new one.
Is that the one?
Yeah, he is. David Corn Sweat. Terrible name. Just sounds like fucking gross corn.
Hot dog sweat. That's what his name is.
But this might sound dumb. What's a bugle?
It's one of those delicious.
Well, that's what I'm thinking right now. I'm like, the Daily Bugle is like, you just get one of these delicious little fucking salty bitches that you put on your fingers. But it's like, Daily Bugle, what the fuck is a bugle?
Yeah.
I don't even want to look it up because I don't want to know. I just I want to live in my stupidness.
Do you think they're going to modernize it? Because nobody reads newspapers anymore. Is it taking place in the past?
So
early 2000s,
it looks
1990s?
It looks like it's taking place in like a weird Elseworld. Because if you look at all their outfits, it does look old-timey, but also new at the same time. So I believe that it will be almost like steampunkish.
Like James
Maybe
Gunn.
That's what he means, punk rock.
Yeah, he makes good movies. Creature Commandos it's good. It's not everybody's cup of tea, but it's good. Weird choice to have it start your universe, but I guess it doesn't really matter because Superman is what everybody will be watching anyways. Not really this. Because it's on like HBO.
If we can get people to do what they're doing with Creature Commandos, where I'm pretty sure that that's canon in the universe, so it's only animated for the sake of like budgetary reasons, because you can do so much more on such a lesser budget with animation, because you can like blow up buildings and it's not like heavily labor intensive as a full budget CGI movie. But if we can normalize this and tell some great stories that are side stories in animation, but they're meant to be live action at the same time, it will be so cool.
I wish animation was more popular than it is, because you wouldn't have to worry about actors aging out of roles or retiring. If the MCU was all animated or something, then it would be like, okay, we can just keep going, keep doing this.
See, and like Beyond the Spider-Verse is crushing it.
I hear that one's being delayed till 2026.
Well, no, I know that, but I just mean like...
Oh, I know, but it's being delayed as well, which is quite something.
And it doesn't matter because the actors, just their voices, they're not aging. So, and you can see... Well, actually, it's weird because if you look at like the what is it? The box office like gross for the Spider-Verse movies, they aren't near the Avengers. Like, I think Across or Into or whatever the fuck it is, I think it might have made like 400 million or 300 million, which is like that would be like a shitty like that's probably a lot worse than any of the like failure movies that they consider like the Marvels or whatever. But
surprising for sure.
We'll let you get this because then we can move on to something.
The Spider-Verse. You're right, 400 million, quite low. That's not Across the Spider-Verse. I'm kind of curious about that one.
I think it made a bit more.
All right, it made 690 million. Way higher up there.
See, that's getting up there, but it's like, that's Spider-Man. You know what I mean? Like that's your big franchise.
Yes.
And like No Way Home made like fucking 1.5 billion or some shit.
Yeah.
Right? So that made like 3 times more, but it's like if you tried to make like an Iron Man animated movie, you think that's doing good?
No.
Probably not.
No, not with the like I don't know I don't like the animation they're using nowadays. There's actually whatever they did in Dragon Ball Z Broly, amazing. Great animation, good framing. I don't know but like even Creature Commandos, it's much better, but I still don't like the animation a little. It's just not good.
Creature Commandos looks a bit gothic.
Hey, what about
it reminds me of like those shows that would be like playing on what's the like Comedy Central, but they're animated and they're like, what's that show where they're all working in the office? You got like a regular guy, you got this like looking like a monster. People that are listening might know, but yeah, it's weird.
See, Lord of the Rings, I think is not doing that the best.
Oh, Lord of the Rings, War of the Rohirrim.
I don't know what the reviews are saying, but I know that because they're saying like apparently that they had to rush it out because they needed to keep the rights.
They fully admitted that they made the movie to keep the rights to Lord of the Rings. So it's rated poorly. It's like 60% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Which honestly isn't the worst. I think we're getting a little bit snooty on these ratings. Like, honestly, if they announced a new Nightmare on Elm Street and they got 60%, I'm like, oh, fuck, I'm watching this.
Awesome, yeah.
Right?
Well, like,
I think it really depends on the genre.
Because even the Lord of the Rings cartoon from like the 70s, kind of horrible, but like you watch it, it's fine. Like you watch, it's good. I don't know. I like it.
Yeah, like I said in different podcasts, I'd probably like most movies that are 60%. Now this one's 51% critics, but audience is 83.
That's like a 3-hour fucking movie.
Unfortunately, not only is it a long fucking movie, but it's also it's bombing. No, it's not making any money.
No, it just reminded me because I was trying to show James like the for because like, when he's playing Warzone, I'll yell for Frodo when he's running out to battle, and then, so I wanted to show him what I meant to show him or what I was referencing. I mean, and the video I played, it wasn't Aragorn saying for Frodo, it was Frodo. And he looks at them and he's all cross-eyed. And he's like, "For me." And then he runs, and I was like, "That's not it."
For me. Runs out there.
Looking at himself.
That's funny.
Oh,
there's a lot of really... Brandon was showing me some AI edits of Star Wars. AI video is getting crazy where you can straight up make new scenes of movies. I don't know.
Yeah, but about
Wild
Roram,
stuff.
it's crazy that they rushed it out. Like there was I saw like one trailer for this in the movie theater. Other than that, no marketing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's so weird because I feel like there was no thought in there were so many stories you could have told in Lord of the Rings. Like tell some stories in Silmarillion. There's a ton. There's with what is it, Melian and whatever the fuck his name was. Like there's a classic story that's very popular.
This is all so they could make the Search for Gollum. That's it. So they can extend it a bit, have the rights, and they can make the Search for Gollum. Yeah. So poor news for Roram. It looked like it could have been something. It could have been something.
Wait, what cartoon?
Yeah,
the War of the Rohirrim thing.
Was not good.
It's not rated too well, and it bombed.
And it sounds really bad when the studio has to go, "We rushed it." You know, like they just we fucked it up.
Wild.
So what about Nosferatu? So I will have the kids Christmas morning and pretty much all day. So I don't know about.
So we're going without
day.
you.
But see it on maybe not Boxing Day, maybe the 27th.
I don't know.
I would still love to go Christmas just as a story. That sounds like a fun story.
Yeah, I know.
It'll be a busy fucking day though.
But if you can't make it, we'll obviously change. But I'm very excited to see Nosferatu. Did you see that Robert Eggers thanked SpongeBob?
Oh yes,
something like that. Yeah,
yeah. He thanked SpongeBob because it showed like an audience. Because like when we were growing up, those younger SpongeBob episodes, they had Nosferatu a bunch.
Yeah, I still remember they were like flicking a light switch. And he's like, "Who's doing that then?" Nosferatu, and it showed the guy, and I always thought that thing was scary, like really creepy.
Yeah.
So
I'm really curious about this design and how it's going to look compared to the classic, because the classic is terrifying.
Oh yeah,
like with SpongeBob.
Did you watch that scene that they released?
I did. I heard his voice.
Yeah, the scene where you can actually hear him. I love the way he talks. It's like it's not normal speech. It's like it's being like vomited out. It's like
yeah, and this is the classic like spending the night in a vampire's house.
That's true. Yeah, he's like, "You're not really well. Cool. Stay in the room. Abide by my rule." I'm really excited to see this. Hopefully, we can see it decently around when it gets released.
With SpongeBob, they've really showed some shit sometimes. Like they showed some scary shit. Like sometimes they like I remember being haunted by like when they're like SpongeBob's all like dry and his eyes are gross and like Squidward's the close-ups of them sometimes where you just see like their eyes look like foreskins, like sometimes their eyes look like dick skin.
What kind of popcorn bucket do you think?
Oh, you want the little coffin one? But we're probably not even gonna get that one. We're probably gonna get like Nosferatu's finger.
I'll get it off eBay then.
I know.
Like AMC, I think we discussed this. Their popcorn buckets are out of this world. They always have the best fucking ones. We get like the fucking rejects. Like ours are like, hey, you heard this Nosferatu fucking popcorn buckets? It's a coffin. Come here and you get his fucking ass cheeks. Like it's
basically like it's basically like ask for a corn dog, but get a wiener instead.
Oh yeah,
but that's in a corn dog.
No, if you want a corn dog, corn dog, but you got a wiener instead.
That's right. I get what you mean now.
You're still waiting for like you wanted a hot dog but breaded with actual corn.
Fuck, I love that this is so good. There's so many analogies about the corn dog.
It's like fries, but there's no pepper.
Yeah, exactly. We ordered steak and they gave us ribs.
Stop!
You
go to McDonald's and they give you spaghetti. Like, there's a lot.
Yeah. So give us better popcorn buckets, please.
Yeah,
Also,
ours suck. Like, our Deadpool and Wolverine, their AMC popcorn buckets look like they were made like by hand and they were crafted well. And ours look like somebody fucking shit
You
on
can't
them.
eat popcorn because the head keeps.
oh yeah.
Yeah, and they were the biggest bitches to clean. Like, that's not. They're probably all bitches to clean. AMC ones too, but it's like the Deadpool and Wolverine one looked like a fucking bowl or something. It looked like you could use it. It was cohesive.
What's the interior look like? Is the interior smooth?
I believe
like a
it's
cup?
smooth.
Or is it like? 'Cause I feel like my popcorn bucket has like.
Oh,
it's just the interior. Like there's no smooth interior to it. It's just like there's crevices everywhere. The how it's put together is just there.
Well, it's,
You know
it's,
what I
like, it's
mean?
like a piggy bank.
Yeah, there's tons of bumps and ridges and
Yeah, so
fucking.
it's like you know. It's
So,
awful,
also,
but
you see
it's
screws.
clean.
In there. You see screws in there too. I think.
probably. Yeah. So
It's just horrendous. Whoever built those things, they were not intended for consuming
How about-
anything inside of them
It
or
looks
cleaning
nice.
them.
It looks nice when you
Let's-
look at it, but
let's talk about Christmas
Yeah, we should.
because let's talk about some Christmas
so,
movies.
well, first we should say we are recording up here. So
oh yeah,
we
we never really addressed
we
what
never-
we.
I didn't want to. I thought it was funnier.
No, this coffee table right here. I don't know. Can you see in the shot? Or
Yeah,
probably on that one.
Yeah, for sure.
this one here, we've had. This is this is our coffee table from when we were kids, and I just have it here because
and his too.
Because it's a coffee table.
Yeah,
Also his table too.
Yeah. You could have given up any lord. This is from medieval times.
Yeah.
This is
This is
from
King
This is
Richard
from
III.
2005.
This was made out of Nosferatu's coffin.
This is the first popcorn bucket.
And listen,
It's just
Yeah, it opens up.
Yeah,
it is
it
the first popcorn
listen. You
bucket.
don't know what you don't. You guys don't know. You guys don't.
Yeah, we don't want to know what you do with those
You
things.
guys
They're over
don't.
there fingering
You guys
it.
don't know what's on. You guys don't want to know what's under here. Holy fuck, can't talk.
You're just like, you guys
Just laying
don't
down some
want to know.
We'll cut that. We'll cut that. You guys don't know. You guys. Oh my god.
No, this is all staying.
You guys don't know. Oh my god. You guys don't want to know what's under here. Holy fuck, I can't talk.
how crazy is it? Then Santa Claus, he's a curse. We talked about that last year.
I think we talked about it last episode. We always talk about the Santa Claus. We
Sure,
talked
we
about Home
kinda-
Alone, but let's talk about the real Christmas movie, Gremlins. Fuck, I love
I never
Gremlins.
saw Gremlins.
I never
You
seen it
son
either.
of a bitch. You
Nobody's
get in there
seen
and
it.
you watch Gremlins right now. What a fucking time. If you ever wanted a movie about Christmas that also
Fuck.
has little fucking demons in it that ruin everything, they are the original. Well, they're not the
Gremlins.
original Grinch. The Grinch is the original Grinch, but they were like, they're worse than the Grinch. They're like, we're also come here to kill you. Imagine a bunch of miniature Grinches that are there to murder you on Christmas. That's Gremlins.
I forgot that we literally did a tier list of the best Christmas movies on podcast, maybe last podcast
On book.
or the one before it. Didn't we do that? Yeah.
And hey,
So we talked about Christmas movies already.
and we talk about Simpsons, I believe, as well. Fuck Simpsons episodes. Brandon always talks about how he remembers feeling like Bart.
Oh yeah.
we watched an episode downstairs
No.
actually. Before.
Yeah, I show her.
Yeah.
Was it that one where you feel like Bart? He
Yep.
steals
Well,
the
it's 'cause
shoppers
when you're
the
a
game.
kid, you kind of sympathize with that, like the way he felt in the episode.
Yeah.
Because when you're a kid, you feel kind of scared to do bad things, like steal something, like you feel like terrified. Like,
Yeah, back then for sure, there's a lot of sympathy you can have for the
Why did you make
Simpsons.
it seem like you have no remorse for stealing things now? Back then, you felt so bad about
What?
stealing shit while he's filling his
Nowadays, though.
pockets with like forced shit.
Guitar strings.
His guitar
Yeah.
string.
That's a callback to what, episode 1 or 2?
Episode 1 that was the
Yeah.
first. Wait, that
no,
was that for episode
no,
1 or
no,
was that
it
the
was,
demo?
That was the episode. That was a demo. Episode 1 demo.
That's a callback from something you guys don't even fucking know.
Yeah.
And
Somehow,
maybe one day we'll release it.
in the year 2023, we found a way to record in 240p. I don't know how that happened, but holy crap!
Christian, for some reason, wanted to use Vaseline on the camera.
Yeah, for some reason, everybody believed me when I said smudge Vaseline on the background. Like I'm smudging it on the wall
I saw
behind you
pictures.
guys.
That's what I thought you did was
You know more about cameras than me. I thought it was like some trick.
Also, that is something stupid I did. I blurred the background behind everybody, thinking it looked good. I don't know how I looked at the finished product and thought, hey, it's a little blurry. It's probably okay.
This is good shit.
It's so bad.
What is there a movie you guys watch around Christmas that's not a Christmas movie? Like, and you're like, I want to watch this on Christmas. How does that feel? Because some people watch the Harry Potter movies around this time, but I think that's more like a November, October thing.
No, kind of. I don't know.
No.
Because like October, I know we're always watching those Tree Houses of Horror, but like during Christmas, I don't care that much to watch the Simpsons episodes.
I know. I kind of like Halloween a little better for that, or just there's more
for content, right? For
so much like scary movies. Nobody's watching Christmas movies.
Well, they don't really have a lot of Christmas specials for Simpsons. Like they'll do them, but it's not like a annual thing like Tree House of Horror where they made it a thing.
You're right.
You know?
Yeah, I
Family
think
Guy did one recently. That's Christmas special.
I don't know. I think like Halloween has a lot better entertainment. I think like the Christmas movies, they all like have like, I know they're like horror films, but they have a lot to offer and they vary in terms of tone, in terms of thematics, in terms of characters. But a lot of Christmas movies, they all share the same like inner sentiment of like, oh, being better. The spirit of Christmas is about reform. It's about feeling shitty at the first and then feeling better at the end. They're all like share a common ground.
It's about family.
So for me, they kind of get a little played out quick because they all kind of share like the same beats.
Like Christmas Vacation.
But that's why I like Gremlins, because Gremlins is like a very different Christmas movie. It's something I can watch. Christmas Vacation is one that I can watch because it's from a different time, and it's also like there's a lot of chaotic
what's the
chaotic
other one?
things that
What's
happen.
the other one? Christmas Vacation is another one called
Christmas Story.
Christmas Story.
I can't watch that shit.
What's wrong with it?
I don't know. It's just it seems like it was made for another time that I wasn't around for. You know what I mean? Like, and I wasn't there to like.
That's how I kind of want to watch Elf again, but I'm scared that
they're making Home Alone
Will Ferrell will be too annoying. I really liked. I've watched 1,000 times when I was a kid, but now I'm like, do I want to watch it? I don't know. I'm scared.
I don't know. Would you watch Austin Powers again?
What do you mean? We did watch it.
I know, exactly.
We're high.
Did,
We're
so
watching. We're smoking joints.
Well, like that was his whole. There's got to be some good joints. Like, there's got to be some good.
Does that make you like the movie?
Yeah.
There's gotta be some good joints.
There's gotta be some good joints out there.
No, we were taking puffs and watching it. Relax.
Stop exposing us.
They're also making Home Alone 3 with.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Big segue.
No, they're making it with the original people.
What do you mean Home Alone 3?
They're remaking Home Alone 3 with the original cast. I think it's real.
Probably.
I never saw shit about
Look
that.
up, Christian, please.
He's pleading to you.
I don't know if it was AI.
Also, we got a big variety of drinks here and big mugs. We got radioactive piss. Like, that looks like radioactive piss. You got some lemon water, and then did you put some lemon in that?
No, I just put a straight Dr. Pepper. No zero. And your rum.
And my rum. You're just flexing. I mean, I'm drinking your rum. Look at you. Is there any movies that take place around? Like, I know Die Hard's like the big one. Everybody's always like, is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
My dad has like a Die Hard like box where you look inside and you see the actor like crawling, but it looks 3D though.
Okay, that's cool.
He made it where it looks like when he's in the vent.
Yeah,
crawling, whatever.
Like every year, but I think that was my dad's like Christmas movie in the 80s. He must have watched a lot because he also has a poster I saw in the basement of Die Hard, so he loves that movie.
Wi-Fi is ass right now. So
I have not watched Die Hard ever.
You never watched Die Hard?
No.
You piece of shit. That's like one of the best like 80s movies. Like for me, I love Rambo. The first Rambo, cinema. Like that movie hits hard on in a lot of tones.
Oh my
God. The way that it conveys such like emotion and PTSD and not hiding it. Rambo 2 undoes all of that and is stupid as fuck. To me, anyways, to have such an emotional end and such an emotional story, and then to just retcon it and just be like, well, he's back in the war and he loves killing. Like, it's like, okay.
What was the best one? Rambo 3 is the best, right?
No, Rambo 1.
Well, Rambo 3, he looked the best.
No, because me Forrest, we had pizza and we watched Rambo 3 and
Yeah, I remember that.
So you like more the feeling of it.
No, that's
you,
a memory.
You like that story.
That's a memory kind of stands out.
Yeah,
though.
we just like the world of like Rambo. Like, but like I do like when you watch the first one, it's like when you're just introduced to this person and he's like this war veteran with all this PTSD and he can't, handle society and whatever. And, the cop is just like crazy.
That cop really triggered Rambo.
Yeah.
Like he really, it's
because he fucking beat the shit out of him and choked him. And
wait, are you talking about the sergeant
one?
No,
there's
cop.
a regular cop.
Have you watched Rambo 1?
I watch all of them.
It's the one where he's in the town, the small town.
Yeah, the town one. Yeah. Oh wait, was the guy with the white hair?
I don't think there's a guy with white hair.
No, who's the cop with the white hair in Rambo 1?
He's a regular sheriff.
There's a bald cop. There's a bigger cop.
So there's Harry Potter 3 Christmas. I
think there's always Christmas in all of them because they always go on Christmas break.
Happy Christmas, right?
Oh yeah,
Happy Christmas, right?
Happy Christmas.
They celebrate Christmas.
Do you guys know Daily Dose of Internet? You guys ever see that guy?
Yeah, I seen that.
I seen that shit.
That guy's voice. Now let's see what's going on. Like you know that he's like, now let's see what they're doing here. Like that motherfucker.
There is a lot of people that do that where they just kind of they grab a bunch of clips and they like narrate it.
Oh, you know the scary voice where the guy's like, he's like morbid facts or whatever, and he's like, and then they try to do this, and she grabs a knife and cuts him. And it's like this guy, and he's just in the bot. But they use that a lot. There's like a lot of people who talk in that tone of voice about like scary shit. Oh, yeah. And then we see what's going on.
What was that guy? Was that Top Tens? Where he's like, he put his foot in the salad.
Number 15, Burger King foot lettuce. The last thing you'd want in your Burger King burger is someone's foot fungus, but as it turns out, that might be what you get.
Remember that?
What?
Where the salad thing?
I don't know.
He just sounds so fucking weird. Where it's like foot salad. Where he said like,
what's about this foot salad?
He went to the kitchen and put his foot in the salad. Like he had a voice where it sounded like he made like thousands of videos and didn't give a shit anymore. Where he was so monotone and jaded, where he would read off the most crazy stories and it would just be boring, or like not boring, but like fucking weird.
Have you seen Daily Dose of Internet?
No, I don't know what that.
No, it's just this guy, and he does like short clips, and it's like he just shows something from around the internet. He just has such like a distinct voice, and he's always like, "Now let's see what we're doing here." And he's got such ups and downs, and I think, and I just wanted to get into that because I think like some of that shit is what makes these people stand out and special. So what I'm saying is we need to get some better fucking voices, man. None of us have cool voices.
I wish we had Violent Night coming out this year. That was a great movie. I don't know what month ago.
Wait, do you mean like a sequel? You want
a
you just wish it was
just like I want a Christmas movie this year. I want the Nosferatu that we're gonna see to be.
You got Terrifier 3.
That's true. When would that come out? What the fuck? Was that October?
October 11th.
They have to decide. It's either a Christmas movie or it's a Halloween movie.
No, but it can become a Christmas movie because now that's how we can watch it.
Well, there's always Hallmark movies. Have any of you seen those?
I used to like watch them like when we had cable like years ago. I'd like one would be on. I was kind of like the story, and then it would just kind of be like,
oh my, you like the story?
Well, it was like interesting at first, and it was like, oh,
Hallmark.
There's a Hallmark channel, and all these movies are like low budget romances that they always tell on Christmas, and there's like thousands of them because they push them out on like $5 budgets, and there's always like a rich guy, and he's like, for some reason, he goes to a small town, he falls in love with like the normal girl. And she doesn't know he has money. And then she finds out he has money. Okay. And then he's like, he befriends like the shopkeeper. And then it's like later on, the shopkeeper like is like small time. And then all of a sudden he like sells his business for millions and they get together. And he's like, I don't need the money. I just need you. And that's every fucking Hallmark movie.
That just reminded me of that Stephen King movie. Remember the movie where it's like fortunate where the whole premise is that people are getting what they want in the town. Like all their wishes are coming true or something. They're making deals with the devil, basically.
No! Don't you see what he's done? We kill them all. Let God sort them out.
It's
Dead
a movie.
Monkeys? No.
It's like a low budget, but it's a proper Stephen King movie, like Cujo, Pet Cemetery, I think. Right?
yeah.
You know, we watched it when we were kids.
I don't remember.
It's like what was it called? Rick and Morty did a parody of it. Unfortunate Things. Fortunate Things.
Maybe it's a dream you had or something. I don't know.
It was a dream. No, I don't know.
As a matter of fact,
look it up-
you were
I'll look it
there,
up
and
right
you
now.
were there.
And you guys can.
How do you guys
keep
feel
that.
about It's a Wonderful Life? Oh shit, Martha!
I don't know if I've really watched that.
Because that I think people believe is like the pinnacle of like Christmas shit. It's like that's the Christmas movie. Like It's a Wonderful Life.
Wi-Fi is ass.
See, to me, I just think that, like for me, Home Alone is the best Christmas movie of all time.
it is.
And the reason why is because the music too. It's so good. Like every part of the music of that movie is so amazing.
John Williams was involved.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can't see that. I guess.
I don't know. I just to me,
John Williams, Indiana Jones, Star Wars,
Harry
right? All that
Potter.
shit.
Yeah, I love.
Who's okay? Let's talk about composers for a second. There's John Williams. There's Danny Elfman. There's Harry Manfredini. There's who's the other big one? There's another big one. He fucking Hans Zimmer. Hans Zimmer. He does all the Christopher Nolan shit.
Wait, who did Lord of the Rings? I think that might be my favorite.
It was it. They got him again for something recent or more for him, I think.
Because like the crazy thing about Lord of the Rings is that music is like, I feel like Tolkien wrote it.
Yeah,
like it's insane how well it fits. It's crazy.
You know, Lord of the Rings would not have become what it is now without that music.
I know.
The music is so it made the fucking movie.
Yeah.
Among other things, of course. But
There's that composer who did the Deadpool movies, and his name was Junkie XL. Did you ever see that?
no,
His name is
never-
Junkie XL. He's like had a fucking DJ name, and like his I saw recently, like within the last year or so, his name was like everybody would be like, Junkie XL is doing this. What the fuck? Like they'd be like, he's such a blah blah blah. And I thought he had some good tunes sometimes, but then all of a sudden I saw this hate, and then all of a sudden every Wikipedia page his name was changed. I guess he started going by like his real name because I think there was a stigma around that name because he just sounds like a fucking DJ.
Sounds like an idiot. Sounds stupid.
Sounds like a doofus.
Yeah.
Sounds like an idiot. Yeah, like Junkie XL,
I
and you
hate
got
him
like
already.
people like John Williams and fucking Hans Zimmer, and then you got
Yeah.
fucking Junk. Like it just sounds like fucking Skrillex.
Exactly. It sounds like Skrillex. It doesn't sound like professional.
Yeah,
They want Deadpool 3.
according to you, a fucking idiot.
That's right.
Drinking the Grinch.
Oh,
I'm drinking a non-disclosed.
That's green.
you made it worse.
Hey, Rod did.
So thank you all for coming to watch the 76th episode of The Empty Minds, our second Christmas episode. What a time, what a year. Here we are, spreading cheer. We always do this. We never stop. The Empty Minds, we're better than the
Yeah,
cops. Remember
something
that.
special will be
You
there.
can find me on Film Tyrant on YouTube, John Odds on Twitch.
Mhm.
You can find me at twitch.tv/BigBudge, as well as I appear over there on the John Odds YouTube channel. Also, go follow Film Tyrant. The guy makes some good fucking shit. I love to watch
Yeah, he
his
does.
videos. Out of all the videos that we make for us, mine, I watch his. Because his editing's very fun. Go watch it. Also, go watch Movie I Like It.
So where can we find Bobbity and Appetite
Find
over
me
there?
on.
Well, just
Kick.
find me.
Find me.
You know the new
Personal
Where's
challenge.
Waldo? Find me.
Find me on Kick. That's it.
That's right.
That's
Find
right.
me on Kick.
He's got radical
Bobbity
views over there on
188
Kick.
We got Movie Idol, of course.
Alrighty.
So thank you all for watching. Many Minds in the description below. Make sure you like and
Merry
subscribe.
Christmas.
And we'll see ya. Bum, bum,
Bow,
bum,
bow, bow.
bum, bum. Outro's going
There
right
we
now.
go. Episode
So down.
76. Nintendo 64.
What'd you guys
Kitty
think
Cat.
about recording up
Forest-
here? Was it good?
What?
Recording up in this new location? Pretty bad.
You know what?
Pretty bad.
I felt
Not bad, right?
I felt great. I felt spread. You know, I feel like we're just all a bunch of guys wide spreading now.
I
The
feel like
legs
we're more
are.
engaged. We're all like real close.
I know. I like being this
Like
close.
this. Felt like we're all widespreading the whole time.
We were. There was a good wide.
Not
There was a
me.
good.
Not me.
There was a good battle of dominance. I like how you just go all beta. Not me. I would never.
Yeah. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas.
Okay.